जिंदगी एक लंबा सफर है, इसमें कई मोड़ आएंगे। कभी अकेलापन और कड़ी धूप वाले दिन, तो कभी कड़कती बिजलियों वाली रातें आपकी परीक्षा लेते हैं, ताकि आप हर रुकावट का सामना करें हिम्मत के साथ। कभी निकल जाते हैं नए रास्ते, तो कभी करना पड़ता है इंतजार। दिन ढलता है पर आपका हौसला नहीं। याद रहे कि आप किसी भी परेशानी में अकेले नहीं हैं। हम आपके साथ हैं। श्रीराम ट्रांसपोर्ट फाइनेंस कंपनी का समस्त परिवार एकजुट है कि इन मुश्किल हालातों में भी हम सब चलते रहें, बढ़ते रहें।
Hello.
Not, ma'am.
कभी किसी ने सोचा था कि ऐसा दिन भी आएगा, तू जान पे अपनी खेलेगा और जिंदगी चलाएगा। तुझ पर ही विश्वास है कि सबका बोझ उठाएगा। गांव शहर घर दफ्तर तक खुशियां तू पहुंचाएगा। जान पे अपनी खेलेगा, जिंदगी चलाएगा। सबका बोझ उठाएगा, खुशियां तू पहुंचाएगा।
ये आपके दरवाजे तक खुशियां पहुंचाते हैं और हम आपके निवेश किए हुए पैसों से इनकी आर्थिक सहायता करते हैं। तभी तो श्रीराम ट्रांसपोर्ट फाइनेंस कंपनी में निवेश किया आपका एक एक पैसा न सिर्फ आपको मुनाफा दिलाता है, बल्कि इन मेहनतकश योद्धाओं को एक उज्जवल भविष्य भी देता है।
जान पे अपनी खेलेगा, जिंदगी चलाएगा। सबका बोझ उठाएगा।
Ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You can be on mute, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
श्रीराम ट्रांसपोर्ट फाइनेंस कंपनी, विश्वास जीत का।
In the beginning, when we started CSR, we wanted to be make a difference in a customer's life or a trucker's life. So, if you look at our business model itself, we are lending to a driver becoming that itself should become part of the CSR, because the person who do not have a financial track
can
record,
you say a few words so that we can check your mic?
You are able to hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
CSR
Okay.
means beyond financing, beyond a profit motive. So,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
this is what we feel.
You're on mute.
Being in the corporate world.
You're on mute.
Being part of the community, we need to contribute back to the community.
How many speakers do we have, Sundar?
7 members, 7 people are speaking. But not an issue, ma'am. Everyone have been spoken to, and they are regular speakers, and then they generally speak in favor of the company.
For the last 40 years,
Not an issue.
Shriram's
Sorry to
engagement with the
interrupt you, sir.
drivers, there has been a lot of
That's
Yeah.
the best
Recorded,
part
always
about
felt
it.
that the drivers
Okay.
have been, treated as a stigma attached to a truck
Good afternoon,
driver.
sir.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. This room is being recorded and being broadcasted for shareholders also. We request you to keep the comments to minimum, sir. Thank you.
But I thought this will not be broadcast till 4 o'clock.
From
No, sir.
2:30 onwards, it will be recorded, sir.
No,
Sorry,
sir.
1:30 onwards. 1:30 onwards.
Okay.
So we felt that there are a lot more to be done as a responsibility of the corporate, which has been doing business with the truck operator and making their, we have been growing with the truck operator. So we felt that there is time to give it back to them. So we have started 3 programs specifically, which eventually will enhance and change the life cycle of the truck operator.
As far as education initiative of CSR is concerned, see today many government schools, they don't offer free education in most of the cities. Most of the children of this customer segment, then the college education as well. Our objective is to arrest this dropouts at the early stage. So we have instituted this scholarship initiative somewhere in 2013, and we have been consistently identifying the needy students right from 8th standard onwards, and we have been handholding them till they complete the school education.
I am a part of the CSR project that has been initiated by the STFC, mainly for serving the trucker community people. And this project has been running for the past 2 years. We go to places where the trucker community is, trucker population is present, and we do services 6 days in a week. This project has been, after for the past 2 years, I've been seeing this project has benefited a lot of people from the driver community, and because they are the people who don't get the most care from our health services from any part, because they are not present at one place, so they are continuously traveling. So Shriram has been very helpful. The STFC has been very helpful in taking care of this trucker community people.
Shriram Transport Finance Company is doing corporate social responsibility. In this program, they selected the driving sector as the program. In this program, what they are doing is mainly they are sourcing the drivers, mainly the students from the below poverty level, and they give the 35 days of training. In training, they have 4 types of training, and then finally they will take their DL. After that, after DL is taken, they are giving the job opportunity, the livelihood, because they are from the below poverty people. We have to give them some livelihood for the growth of the family members.
हमारे ट्रक ड्राइवर भाई को पैसा कम मिलता है ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन एक उनको अच्छी सोच देना, अच्छा गाइडलाइन देना, ये बहुत जरूरी है। 30-35 हजार रुपए तो ड्राइवर कमा लेता है, क्लीनर को भी 10-12-15 हजार रुपया मिल जाता है। क्लीनर परमानेंट क्लीनर नहीं होता है, वो बाद में वो भी ड्राइवर बन जाता है, तो उसकी भी लाइफ बन जाती है। तो बहुत अच्छी सोच है श्रीराम ग्रुप की, आगे बढ़े, भी साथ देते रहे जरूर।
There's a huge driver shortage, and by addressing this, we are really helping the economy country to address the driver shortage, and probably it helps the overall community as a whole. We will be taking every year more steps.
Sir, you go on mute, sir.
In these 3 specialized activity, our presence.
The video is static. That is what I wanted to say. Video is static. You don't move it.
There is some that program is playing, that movie. Your Shriram, I don't know how to that video. I don't know how to stop it.
Yeah, video is static.
How do I stop it?
Sir, video will not be controlled from your end, sir. You can reduce the volume if you want it, sir. On the left side of the video, there is a volume button. If you
then I also go automatically on mute, no? No.
You can be on mute, sir. Sorry, sir.
No, I'm saying if I reduce the, I have done that. If I reduce the volume on the video, do I, is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible, sir. That volume has nothing to do with your microphone, sir. It's the video volume.
That was my question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you.
You can be on mute, sir. Thank you.
Moderator, what I was saying was the video is not playing. The audio is.
Sorry, sir. Did you play the video, sir, on your screen?
No, I didn't.
Are you able to see at all the video screen?
Yeah, yeah, I'm able to see the video screen.
Is there anything flashing on it, sir, on the video saying play to synchronize the video or anything?
Yeah, it says that.
Yeah, you can click on that, sir, so that the video will start playing on your screen. Sir, if you don't want the video to be on your screen, you can leave it like that.
Yep.
basic business of Shriram Group is to provide loans and financial services to small and micro enterprises and low-income families. This has served us very well for over last 3 decades and brought prosperity to nearly 90 lakh customers that we have served so far, and also other stakeholders, employees, investors and lenders. I am personally very proud of STFC for single-minded focus on promoting financial inclusion of owner-operator and small road operators, who are very often beyond the ambit of formal banking system. Our customers form the small business sector, who are not served at all or not served very well by formal banking system. This small business sector, in fact, has proven to be one of the most dynamic and the fastest growing sector that contributes to almost 45% of GDP of India. I can confidently say that as a group, we have been most successful in helping our country grow by serving these customers. Thank you very much.
How are you?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Abhishek, speaker server, join sir.
Hello.
Chairman sir, you are audible, sir.
Can we start the meeting? Yeah. What is this bloody music here?
In just 1 minute, we can start the meeting, sir.
Why is this music and all that? Stop the music. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Chairman sir, you may proceed with the meeting, sir, in 1 minute.
Good afternoon, members. I am Lakshmi Narayanan, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Shriram Transport Finance Company. I am an independent director of the company since 2009. I am participating in this meeting from my residence in New Delhi. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I take great pleasure in welcoming all of you to our 43rd Annual General Meeting of the company, this AGM. I hope you are all safe and healthy as permitted by the applicable circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The company has convened this AGM through video conferencing, having regard to importance of social distancing, safety and convenience of shareholders in view of the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. Under these circumstances, SEBI has dispensed with sending hard copy of the annual reports to shareholders for the year 21-22. However, the same was sent to shareholders on request. I am sure that you would have had the opportunity to read the company's 43rd annual report for the financial year 21-22 sent to members by email on 30th of May 2022, which contains notice of the 43rd annual general meeting, the standalone and consolidated audited financial statements for the financial year ending 31st March 2022, the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. The requisite quorum being present, I call the meeting to order. I now request the directors of the company to introduce themselves to the members. Madam Mrs. Kishore Udeshi.
Madam Kishore Udeshi. Madam, we request you to unmute your audio and introduce, ma'am.
Okay, now let me then request Mr. Sridhar.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon to everyone. I am S. Sridhar, Independent Director of the company since October 2014. I am Chairman of the Audit Committee and of the IT Strategy Committee. I am attending this AGM from my residence in Mumbai. I hope you all continue to stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
I now request Madam Kishore Udeshi to introduce herself.
Yes, Nilesh, I joined.
Madam Udeshi is muted.
Madam Kishore Udeshi, ma'am, you need to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Log out and again try.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, may I now request Mr. Pradeep Kumar Panja.
I am Pradeep Kumar Panja, Independent Director of the company from October 2018. I am attending the meeting from my residence in Bangalore. I hope all of you are staying safe.
Madam Udeshi? Okay, because she is not able to.
Okay, I just got the connection, sorry.
Okay, can you introduce yourself, madam?
Udeshi, Independent Director, speaking from my residence in Mumbai. Thank you.
May I now request Mr. D.V. Ravi to introduce himself?
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. I am D.B. Ravi, non-executive, non-independent director of the company since June 2015. I am attending this AGM from my office in Chennai. Thank you.
May I now request Mr. Michael Vilojan?
Hi, thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Michael Viljoen. I've been a non-independent, non-executive director since May 2019, and I'm attending from my office in Johannesburg in South Africa. Thank you.
May I now request Mr. Umesh Revanka, our Vice Chairman?
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Umesh Revankar, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of the company since October 2016. I'm participating this AGM from my BKC office, Mumbai. Thank you.
Mr. Parag Sharma and Mr. Chakravarti were co-opted as directors of the board of directors of the company on 13 December 2021. Both are associated with Shriram Group for more than 3 decades. The senior management level. Mr. Parag Sharma become honors and graduate CWA is a dynamic, successful, and accomplished financial officer of the company for the last several years and is responsible for introducing innovative techniques and methods of raising funds through domestic as well as international sources. He is an expert in handling matters related to finance and accounts, management information systems, resource mobilization, treasury management, planning and budgeting, corporate strategy, and relationship with rating agencies, banks, investors, regulators, etc. May I now introduce Parag Sharma.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Parag Sharma, joining this annual general meeting from our office in Bandra Kurla Complex, Mumbai. I hope you continue to be safe and healthy. Thank you.
I would like to now introduce Mr. Y.S. Chakravarti. Mr. Y.S. Chakravarti has been appointed as non-executive, non-independent director of STFC. He is Managing Director and CEO of Shriram City Union Finance Limited, SCUF, and has gained vast experience in financial service sector, including two-wheeler financing and expansion of branch network, etc. May I now request Mr. Chakravarti? Mr. Chakravarti, you're not audible.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Y.S. Chakravarti, non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I'm participating in this AGM from Hyderabad, from my residence at Hyderabad.
All directors of the company are present at this AGM. The joint statutory auditors, namely Mr. P. Meenakshi Sundaram, partner Sundaram and Srinivasan, chartered accountants, and Mr. Gautam Shah, partner KKC and Associates, LLP, and Mr. P. Shriram, practicing company secretary, the secretarial auditor and scrutinizer for the purpose of this AGM are also present. Kimji Kunverji and Company LLP, chartered accountants, have informed the company that with effect from 24th May 2022, the name of the firm has been changed to KKC and Associates. It is recalled that the profile of the joint statutory auditors was mentioned in notice of AGM held on 15 September 2021, in which the shareholders have passed a resolution to appoint new joint statutory auditors as per regulatory requirements. Messrs. Sundaram and Srinivasan, chartered accountant firm, was established in the year 1943 and is one of the largest audit firms in South India, having 12 partners and offices in Chennai, Madurai, Mumbai, and Bangalore. They have rich and deep experience for over 7 decades in sectors like manufacturing, NBFC, HFC banks, mutual funds, investment services, insurance, healthcare, IT and ITES, real estate, media, public sector enterprises, agriculture and charitable trusts, rendering services for more than 350 clients. The audit firm has valid peer review certificate. KKC and Associates LLP Chartered Accountants firm was established in the year 1936 and is led by 10 partners. The firm provides a range of services which include audit and assurance, taxation, advisory, and accounting. The firm has significant experience in providing auditing, taxation, and advisory services to banks and other financial services clients. The audit firm has valid peer review certificate. I now request Mr. Umesh Revankar, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of the company, to introduce the senior management team of the company. Mr. Revankar.
So, Mr. Umesh, sir, you're on mute, sir. Kindly unmute him.
Yeah. A company has a strong senior management team consisting of joint managing directors, Mr. Sundar, Mr. P. Sridharan, Mr. Sudarshan Palla, and Mr. Nilesh Udedara. Mr. Hardeep Singh Toor is our Chief Risk Officer, and Mr. U. Balsundar Rao is Chief Information Officer, and all of them are present in our AGM. Thank you.
I now request Mr. Vivek Achwal, our Company Secretary, to take us through the general instructions pertaining to this AGM.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Vivek Achwal, Company Secretary. I am attending this meeting from corporate office of the company from Bandra Kurla Complex, Mumbai. I welcome you all to this 43rd Annual General Meeting of Shriram Transport Finance Company Limited, being held through video conferencing in accordance with the relaxations given by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The facility for joining this meeting is made available to the members through video conferencing. All the members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute by the host. Disturbance arising from the background noise, smooth and seamless conduct of this meeting. Once the name of the speaker shareholder is called out by the chairman, sir, the shareholder will be unmuted by the host to enable him to speak. Before speaking, the shareholder is requested to click on the video as well as audio icon appearing on the screen to switch it on. And if for some reason the shareholder is not able to join through video mode, he or she can still speak using the audio mode. While speaking, the member is requested to use earphones so that they are clearly audible, and it would also minimize any noise in the background. They are also requested to ensure their Wi-Fi is not connected to any other devices. No other background applications are running, and proper light is available to have clarity in the video and audio. In case of connectivity problem at the speaker's end, the host will mute such speaker and the next speaker will be invited to speak. The speaker will be given chance to speak in the end after resolution of the connectivity problem. Since this annual general meeting is being held through video conferencing pursuant to the applicable circulars of MCA, physical attendance of members has been dispensed with. Hence, the facility for appointment of proxies is not available for this AGM. The register of directors and key major personnel and their shareholding, register of contracts as required to be kept in this AGM are available for inspection by members. Now let us go to the agenda items of this AGM. There are total 10 resolutions, 6 resolutions of ordinary business and 4 resolutions of special business. Ordinary business, item number 1 is to receive, consider and adopt the audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. Item number 2 is to receive, consider and adopt the audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022, together with the report of the auditors thereon. Item number 3 is to confirm the payment of 2 interim dividends aggregating to rupees 20 per equity share of rupees 10 each. First interim dividend of rupees 8 per equity share of rupees 10 each declared by the Board of Directors in its meeting held on October 29, 2021. And second interim dividend of rupees 12 per equity share of rupees 10 each declared by the Board of Directors in its meeting held on March 5th, 2022. We have already paid the interim dividend to shareholders. Now we request the direct shareholders to declare the interim dividend already paid as final dividend for the financial year 2021-22. Item number 4 is to appoint a director in place of Mr. Ignatius Michael William, DIN number 08452443, who retires by rotation at this meeting and being eligible offer himself for reappointment as a director of the company. Item number 5 is to appoint Messrs. Sundaram Srinivasan, Chartered Accountants, Chennai, ICAI firm registration number 004207S as joint statutory auditors of the company from conclusion of 43rd annual general meeting till the conclusion of 45th annual general meeting of the company to conduct the audit of accounts of the company for the financial year ending March 31st, 2023 and March 31st, 2024 on such remuneration plus out-of-pocket expenses as may be mutually agreed between the Board of Directors of the company and the said joint statutory auditors. Item number 6 is to appoint KKC and Associate LLP, formerly known as Khimji Kavarji and Company LLP, Chartered Accountants, Mumbai, ICAI firm registration number 105146W W100621 as joint statutory auditors of the company from conclusion of 43rd annual general meeting till the conclusion of 45th annual general meeting of the company to conduct the audit of accounts of the company for the financial year ending 31st March 2023 and March 31st, 2024 on such remuneration as may be mutually agreed upon between Board of Directors of the company and the said joint statutory auditors. Now I come to the special business which involves all 3 ordinary resolutions. Item number 7 is to appoint Mr. Vayesh Chakravarti, DIN number 0005238 as the director of the company liable to retire by rotation. Item number 8 is to appoint Mr. Parag Sharma, DIN number 02916744 as the director of the company liable to retire by rotation. Item number 9 is to appoint Mr. Parag Sharma, DIN number 02916744 as whole-time director, designated as Joint Managing Director and Chief Financial Officer for a period of 5 years with effect from 13th December 2021 to 12th December 2026 and payment of remuneration to him. Item number 10 is payment of commission to independent directors of the company. All the above 10 resolutions are proposed to be passed as ordinary resolutions. The explanatory statement to the notice of the 43rd annual general meeting has set out in detail the purpose of proposing these resolutions contained in the notice, forming part of the special business and for appointment and payment of remuneration to joint statutory auditors, and for the sake of brevity, the same is not being repeated. With your permission, I am now taking the notice of the 43rd annual general meeting of the company and report of the Board of Directors together with all annexures thereto already emailed to you as read. The joint statutory auditors report for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022 and the secretarial auditors report for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022 do not contain any qualification, observations, comments or adverse remarks. Hence, with your permission, I take the same as read. As per the Companies Act 2013 and the rules made thereunder and SEBI listing regulations, our company has provided facility of remote e-voting to members to enable them to cast their vote electronically through the remote e-voting services provided by Messrs. KFin Technologies Private Limited on all resolutions set out in the notice of this AGM. The remote e-voting period commenced on Monday, June 20th, 2022 at 9 a.m. in the morning and ended yesterday, Wednesday, June 22, 2022 at 5 p.m. The e-voting module has been disabled by KFin Tech for voting thereafter. The members who are present at this AGM through video conferencing facility and have not cast their vote on the resolutions through remote e-voting and are otherwise not barred from doing so shall be eligible to vote through e-voting system during this AGM after necessary announcement is made by Chairman Sir at the end of this meeting. The vote tab on your screen will be activated to enable you to cast your votes at the end of this AGM. You can cast your vote by clicking on the vote tab. Please note that there will be no voting by show of hands. The results of voting will be declared within 48 hours of the conclusion of this AGM. The scrutinizers' report shall be placed on the company's website www.stfc.in and on the website of KFintech. The same will also be communicated to the National Stock Exchange of India and BSE Limited. The Board of Directors has appointed Mr. P. Shriram, membership number FCS 4862, practicing company secretary PCS number 3310, as a scrutinizer to scrutinize the remote e-voting process and at the 40th and at the 43rd AGM in a fair and transparent manner. He is present in today's meeting. Since this AGM is being conducted through video conferencing and since the remote e-voting process has already been completed yesterday, the proposing and seconding of each resolution as set out in the notice dated April 28, 2022 of the 43rd AGM is not necessary. Those members who did not cast vote on the said resolutions through a remote e-voting can cast their votes through InstaPoll system provided to the members after announcement for the same is made by Chairman Sir after end of question and answer session. The members are given 15 minutes time to cast their votes. The members who have not registered as speaker but still desire to raise any question may kindly use the chat box provided on the screen. I now request Chairman Sir to kindly address the members.
The Company Secretary, Mr. Achwal, has briefed you about the general instructions pertaining to this AGM. I shall be now delivering my speech. Dear respected members, the year under review 21-22 was another challenging year for Indian and global economy due to geopolitical tensions, continuing COVID-19 pandemic, cost push inflation resulting from supply chain disruptions, and higher international commodity prices. However, during this difficult period, the Indian economy has remained resilient, supported by strong macroeconomic fundamentals and buffers. The recovery has gained momentum despite the pandemic and the war, thanks to Reserve Bank of India for initiating timely mitigating steps to limit the economic damage emanating from these challenges without losing sight of the growth requirements. The good monsoon, record food grain production, and rehabilitation measures of the government, rising capacity utilization in the manufacturing sector, and government's capex push, buoyant merchandise exports provided support for stability to the Indian economy. Company's financial performance in the year 21-22, the pandemic has also taught us to adopt the futuristic and sustainable approach in everything we do. Your company's performance was satisfactory in this backdrop. I am giving you few of the highlights of the financial performance of the company as per the last audited financial statements as on 31st March 2022 vis-a-vis 31st March 2021. Total income. Increase in total income to rupees 19,274 crores from 17,436 crores. Profit after tax, increase in profit after tax to rupees 2,708 crores as against 2,487 crores. Earnings per share, marginal increase in earnings per share to rupees 101.74 as against rupees 100.97. Book value of equity share, increase in book value per share to rupees 958.61 as against rupees 852.30. Capital adequacy ratio, CRAR, marginal increase in CRR to 22.97% as against 22.50%. CRAR is well above the regulatory minimum of 15%. Assets under management, the assets under management as on 31st March 2022 were rupees 1,27,041 crores as against rupees 1,17,243 crores on March 31st, 2021. Asset quality. The collection efficiency has been increasing every quarter and crossed 100%. The gross stage 3 assets as on 31st March 2022 were 7.07% as compared to 7.06% as on March 31st, 2021. The net stage 3 assets were 3.67% as on March 31st, 2022 as against 4.22% as on March 31st, 2021. Dividend. During the financial year 21-22, the Board of Directors declared 2 interim dividends. The first interim dividend of rupees 8 per equity share of rupees 10 each, fully paid up 80% at its meeting held on 29th October 2021, and the second interim dividend of rupees 12 per equity share of rupees 10 each, fully paid up 120% at its meeting held on 5th March 2022, involving total cash outflow of rupees 539.65 crores gross, subject to deduction of tax at source as per the applicable rates to the eligible shareholders. The total dividend for the financial year 21-22 was higher at rupees 20 per share, that is 200%, as compared to dividend of rupees 18 per share, that is 180% declared for the financial year 2021. The Board of Directors have not recommended final dividend. The interim dividend shall be the final dividend for the financial year 21-22. Liquidity. The company's liquidity position continues to be very strong. The company has been paying all its liabilities on time. The company continues to enjoy the trust and confidence of lenders, fixed deposit holders, and holders of securities. Due to this good reputation in the market, recently the company was able to avail long-term ECB loan of $250 million from United States International Development Finance Corporation, repayable in 10 years at concessional rate of interest. The utilization of the proceeds of the ECB loan will be focused on financing commercial vehicles using alternate fuel, namely CNG, LPG, electric vehicles as per company social financing framework, and will also benefit customers in large states of our country. Scheme of amalgamation. The Board of Directors of the company, in its meeting held on December 13, 2021, had approved the composite scheme of arrangement and amalgamation involving 8 companies in Shriram Group, with ultimate merging of Shriram Capital Limited after demerger of its life insurance and general insurance undertakings, and Shriram City Union Finance Limited into our company. The stock exchanges and recently Reserve Bank of India have conveyed the no objection to the scheme with usual and normal conditions generally stipulated in such similar approvals. As per the directions of the Honorable National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT Chennai, the company has convened meetings of equity shareholders, secured creditors, and unsecured creditors on Monday, July 4, 2022 at 10 a.m. Indian Standard Time, 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time, respectively, through video conferencing and seeking approval shareholders and creditors to the scheme. The soft copy of the notice of equity shareholders meeting was emailed to shareholders on 31st May 2022. The hard copy of this notice was sent to those shareholders who did not furnish to the company depositories their email ID on 1st June 2022. I am sure you would have received the same. After receiving all requisite regulatory approval, our company will issue new equity shares to the shareholders of Shriram Capital Limited and Shriram City Union Finance Limited as per the share exchange ratio approved by the Board of Directors of the company on the recommendations of Audit Committee based on valuation report of independent valuers and fairness opinion of SEBI registered Category 1 merchant banker. All these approvals, reports, opinions are already posted on website of the company for your information. The scheme will benefit all stakeholders of the company. Upon coming into effect of the scheme, all its lending products, commercial vehicles, two-wheeler loans, gold loan, personal loan, auto loan, and small enterprise finance offered by the companies involved in the scheme would come under a single roof, thereby creating a financial powerhouse which would end up being a market leader in all the product and consumer segments that it operates in. With this stronger and larger customer franchise, there would also be significant shift in the company's pace of innovation. The company will enhance its product basket with new products catering to a larger universe of both retail and SME customers. Digital transformation. The company laid focus on digital adaptation as an integral part of its functioning. The digital enablement has been key for remaining competitive, cost-efficient, and resilient. We have therefore led focus to accelerate digital enablement to encourage our customers to make digital payment and the company making use of advanced techniques for loan evaluation, sanction, disbursement, and customer services. Shriram Group will shortly launch its super application, consolidating its services from life insurance to vehicle loans to mutual fund investments. Employee safety. The employees are our most valuable assets. All the employees of the company are vaccinated with both the doses of COVID-19 vaccine. Outlook. The protracted war in Europe and the accompanying sanctions have kept global commodity prices elevated across the board. Inflationary pressures have become broad-based. As per the Monetary Policy Committee, the inflation is likely to remain above the upper tolerance band of 6% through the first 3 quarters of the current financial year 22-23. To control inflation, the RBI so far increased the policy repo rate 2 times, aggregating 90 basis points. The prevailing repo rate is 4.90%. The forecast of normal southwest monsoon should boost kharif sowing and agricultural output to help sustaining the rural consumption. The rebound in contact-intensive services is expected to sustain urban consumption. The business sentiment remains upbeat according to early results of the surveys conducted by the Reserve Bank of India. Nevertheless, the negative spillovers from geopolitical tensions, elevated international commodity prices, rising input costs, tightening of global financial conditions, and slowdown in world economy continue to weigh on the outlook. Taking all these factors into consideration, RBI has recently estimated the real GDP growth for 22-23 at 7.2%, with Q1 at 16.2%, Q2 at 6.2%, and Q3 at 4.1%, and Q4 at 4%, with risk broadly balanced. The government continues to lay focus on infrastructure development, which is the force multiplier to the growth and employment generation. A big push to certain targeted mega infrastructure projects will reignite the economy. This will benefit transportation sector and create more financing opportunities for your company. Dear members, I am sure what we have learned, the skill of adapting to the new normal and adjusting with pandemic conditions. Grateful acknowledgements on behalf of the Board of Directors. I thank all investors for reposing confidence in the company. I also thank the promoters of the company for their continuous support. I also thank all the fixed deposit holders, financial institutions, bankers, officials of statutory bodies, customers, auditors, business associates for their continued support. I also thank employees of the company for their hard work and commitment. I thank all regulators, including the Reserve Bank of India, SEBI, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, for ensuring normal functioning of the financial markets and financial stability. We remain committed to achieve our company's philosophy of enhancing long-term shareholder value, achieving transparency, professionalism in all decisions and activities of the company, and excellence in corporate governance. Now let me come to the AGM proceedings. The company has received requests from some members registering their names as speakers. I request the speakers to limit their speech up to 3 minutes in order to facilitate other speakers to express their views. The members who have not registered as speaker but still desire to raise any questions may kindly use the chat box provided on the screen. Speaker number 1 is Mr. Vinay Bide.
Mr. Vinay Vishnu Bide, we request you to unmute your audio, switch on your camera, and proceed, sir. Mr. Vinay Vishnu Bide.
Mr. Vinay Bide will ask questions and the same will be noted by our management team. The answers will be given by the Vice Chairman and Managing Director after all 7 speakers complete their speech and questions. Mr. Vinay Bide?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Hello?
you may proceed with your question, sir.
You're able to hear me?
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, fine. I am Vinay Bide, a shareholder from Mumbai. Good afternoon, Chairman of Shriram Transport Finance Company Limited, Mr. Umesh Revankar, Vice Chairman, Managing Director, the full-time directors, the independent directors, the company executives, as well as shareholders participating in this AGM. I have got, sir, with your permission, just 2 questions to ask, from the annual report that I've been able to go through. The first question is, what is the average cost of borrowing in the concluded financial year? That is question number 1, sir. For question number 2, I would request you to refer to pages number 1 and pages number 18, that is 1-8 of the annual report. Now, page 1 gives 6 graphs of the annual performance standalone trends, and page 18 gives the financial and operating performance and various ratios. Now, what I have observed is that the EPS for the past 5 years, from the information and the graphics that is given on page 1, is in the range of rupees 100 to 130. So from these 2 pages and the ratios that have been specified on page 18, can we have some idea of the trend of the EPS in the times to come? These are 2 questions I wish to ask. I support all the resolutions. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I wish directors and the employees all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vinay. Now I'll request Mr. Aspi Baman Shah Besania to speak.
Mr. Aspi Baman Shah Besania, we request you to unmute your audio, switch on your camera and proceed, sir.
Sir, can you see me?
Yes, sir, we can see you and hear you, sir. Please proceed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, I'm Aspi from Bombay. Sir, thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk in this meeting. And next year when the physical AGM start, please ensure that video conferencing continues. Sir, you issued shares as QIP at a price of 1430, which is a very good sign because current price is only 1200. And even the promoters have taken at 1440, which is again a good sign. And recently also they've started buying Shriram City Union shares from the market, which is again a good sign. So it shows the confidence of the promoters in the company. So, but I would like to know why you want to go for QIP and at the same time give 20 rupees dividend. Why don't you reduce the dividend? Why don't you follow the Kotak Bank model where they hardly give less than 1 rupee dividend and they rarely come with a QIP when they require cash. So I would like you to follow the Kotak Bank model rather than the Yes Bank model. So then page 285 of the annual report, so Shriram Capital, LIC has increased its stake to 6.66%, which is again a good sign that LIC also has confidence in the management, whereas last year it was less than 5%. So then again this page 292, we paid royalty of rupees 204 crores to Shriram Value Services. So will it stop after Shriram City Union and Shriram Capital merges into our company? Because now I feel the promoters should depend more on dividend rather than on all this royalty and all. So please stop this once the merger takes place. And I congratulate the management on becoming #1 NBFC in India after the merger. And I hope you continue to remain #1 in India. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Baman Shah. Now I'll request Mr. J. Abhishek. Mr. J. Abhishek.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible?
Yes,
you're audible, sir.
You're very much audible.
So my name is Abhishek, shareholder of the company. My DPI IN301637 and client ID is 41359155. So first of all, I congratulate the management on the eve of annual general body meetings. I trust all is well with you and your family in this challenging situation. Our company deserves much more respect than the current market cap after completing more than a decade of the corporation's profitability, dividend history, and becoming one of the strongest brands in our respective segments. And I would like to know how business was impacted in the past 3 years of this COVID time. The coronavirus and the subsequent lockdowns have left virtually no industry untouched after the COVID. So how was our business? So we are really glad that even during the pandemic time, the company has sustained and has been able to declare 20 rupees dividend to the minority shareholders. We are really glad and we really thank our entire board of directors for giving such an excellent dividend to the minority investors fraternity. Sir, then I would like to know what are the steps being taken by the management to reduce the other expenses, the professional charges, and the audit fee. Sir, then what is the policy related to dividend in our company, sir? I would like to know from you, sir. And sir, then any acquisition the company is planning for any acquisition, any takeover has been taken place recently. If anything or the other, because we get some news from here and there, we are not able to rely whether the news is genuine or not. So, if you can enlighten us, if you have planned to take over some company in the years in the coming future, or any company has been taken over by the company, any acquisition, kindly enlighten the investor fraternity upon that, sir. And nothing much to ask, sir. I thank the company secretary and his entire team for providing the link and providing this platform, KFIN platform for investor fraternity to join through virtually. And he also intimated us about the meeting well in advance and also sending us a copy of the annual report upon request. Nothing much to ask, sir. Thank you very much. I wish the company and the board of directors a great success and prosperity in the coming future. And thank you for giving the opportunity, sir. Namaste, sir. I have voted all the votes in favor of the votes. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Mr. P. Jaychand will ask questions. Mr. P. Jaychand.
P. Jaychand is my father, sir. He's held up in another work. He has not joined, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, can I now request Miss P. Shyam Sundari?
So Shyam Sundari is my mother, sir. She has not joined, sir. Thank you very much, and our best wishes for the company, sir.
Rangalakshmi? Madam Rangalakshmi?
Madam Rangalakshmi, we request you to unmute your audio, switch on your camera and proceed, ma'am.
Yeah, I am T.N. Ramakrishna. I am a giant holder along with my mother Rangalakshmi. So I will be speaking. Our client ID is 120-629-0000-176307. First of all, we would like to congratulate our company's management for a very strong performance during this pandemic year, which was more severe rather than the first pandemic year. And that shows the resilience. The page number 1 itself shows the list of banks and institutions which are given the loans and advances, term loans and other things to our company. That shows the solid foundation of our company, solid fundamentals of our company. Almost every banking institutions, including many international institutions, have lent money to our company. That shows the confidence of the entire universal financial institutions' confidence in our company. We heartily congratulate the management of the company for having brought a very transparent and a very systematic policies of lending and recovery. And furthermore, the international institutions which are lent at comparative lesser rate of interest compared to our own country's financial institutions, that augurs well for the management of the cost of funds. I would like to congratulate in all-time high total income and the net income. Net interest income is almost nearing to 10,000 crores, and we hope definitely this financial year 2022 and 23, the net interest income will definitely increase 10,000 crores, and it will be much more than that because of the merger. On our own, on STFC alone itself will cross our own operations. And the assets under management, which is crossed 1,25,000 crores, which is a very big milestone, which we hope with the merger, it will be more than 1,60,000 crores. Perhaps with this year, we will be reaching it. And the all-time standalone net profit, which is all-time high net profit, which we have achieved, that is also a very commendable achievement. And the net stage 3 NPA, which has also come down an all-time low. And already my predecessor speaker has spoken. Very good dividend we have received, 20 rupees dividend. One request we would like to make is, in tune with the very high standard performing company, we are also in that league. If you can get a quarterly dividend, every quarter on quarter, I think that will be good in tune with TCS and many other companies. We can kindly look into it and consider our request. And international borrowing already I dealt with, that gives a very good support for us in terms of reducing our cost of funds. And the merger of group companies, including Shriram, City Union Finance and other things, will be definitely value accretion in nature, and the EPS will definitely go up, and the book value also it will go up, which will give a bigger balance sheet for as it is. We are having a bigger balance sheet, much bigger and much more stronger balance sheet we'll get, and more clientele and more point of sales, branch network and other things. And the skill training, whatever is given to staff in the page number 12, that shows the commitment of the management to upgrade the skills and retain the talent in our company. That is also a recommendable achievement. And the page number 15, there are various committees are formed, where there is a ESG committee. It shows the concern to the society and the environment. ESG committee, which is formed to see that our company's operation is a value accretion to our environmental aspects of it. And the CRAR also increased. And other than this, only 2 states and the small states, of course, Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland is not, we are not reached yet with our branch. At least Nagaland, I think we can definitely have at least some presence. Arunachal Pradesh may be taken up at a little later stage, which I request. And only thing which is lacking is a universal banking license for Shriram Group. We should become a super brand, validated by the industry. Shriram Group should become a super financial brand in the financial services field, which we are, but only it should be industry validated, which we request since our super app coming, where I read that almost 1 billion of rupees, 100 crore of rupees we are spending on developing that super financial app. So definitely we are a very big brand. We should become a super brand with industry validation. And as usual, my one request as a son of a freedom fighter parents, which I'm requesting Azadi Ka Swarnam Amrit Mahotsav, 75 years of our independence. As a part of our CSR, there is always a scope available to build memorials and monuments in the memory of our great freedom fighters. Some of them whose names are also not heard, but they tried for our independence even from abroad, from Germany, Russia, and many places. There are two such memorials I would like to request our company to consider and implement it. One is in Odisha, where during the First World War time, one great revolution with the help of Germans, we wanted to fight back the British, but it was Madrid near to Balasu. Another is the birthplace of founder of Indian National Army in Japan, Rash Bihari Bose, an unsung hero, father of Indian independence movement in Southeast Asia. Rash Bihari Bose, founder of Indian National Army. His birthplace I visited, both the places I visited. I request our management kindly make a visit through CSR committee and see with the help of in association with the state government and even public, what best we can do as a tribute to our great freedom fighters on the occasion of 75 years of our independence. Thank you once again for all the achievement and accomplishments. We are really happy for the kind and liberal dividend that we got. We do hope to see next year with a much stronger balance sheet after the merger. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Next, I'll request Ms. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenhas has to ask questions.
Sir, Ms. Celestine Mascarenhas has not joined the meeting currently, sir.
So I think, are there any more people who want to raise questions?
No, sir.
So I thank all the members for joining this meeting. I request you to take care of yourself. No, first let me request the Vice Chairman to answer to answer the questions raised by some shareholders.
Yes, sir. Dear members, thank you for commenting the good performance the company has been through challenging time. Instead of the economic challenges, the company's performance has continuously been good.
You are now muted.
In fact, the first quarter of this financial year was the toughest, and we had a lot of challenges. And in spite of that, we have performed quite to increase profit beyond this year, and also to maintain the good quality and bring down net PAs. Some of the I would like to answer more questions to a general answer. Average cost of borrowing was one question. Our average borrowing is 9.2, and on EPS trend, I would like to say the EPS trend depends upon the economic condition. That, however, we would like to trend towards 120. On a dividend policy, we have a dividend policy ranging between 20 to 25. This year, our dividend outgo was 20%, which consider is very consistent. The royalty payment is to the brand, and to that extent, that payment will continue to be. On expense, I would like to say that our cost to income is between 20 to 22, and this is the lowest in the industry among the peers. And but still continue to address expenses. However, the new initiative like the scrap will have some additional expenses for initially, at least for 1 or 2 years. Once it establishes, then it will gain more benefit the expense. So we will, that will really help the company, as one member said, to establish ourselves as a pioneer in the industry. The question of banks, the board will take a decision upon the environment and also the regulatory conditions. I think I've answered most of the questions, and I thank all the members for supporting the company. We continue to service our members and thank you very much.
I thank all the members for joining this meeting. I request you to take care of yourself and members of your family and follow the advisories issued, given by the central and state governments and competent local authorities for use of masks and social distancing. I also thank all directors for participating in this meeting. The members who did not cast their votes through remote e-voting process can now cast their votes through Insta poll facility. The Insta poll facility to cast the votes will be available for 15 minutes. The company has appointed Mr. P. Shriram, membership number FCS 4862, practicing company secretary PCS number 3310, and Miss Nitya Pashupati, membership number FCS 106601, practicing company secretary PCS number 22562 of SPNP and Associates, Chennai, as scrutinizer. I have authorized the Vice Chairman and Managing Director to receive the scrutinizer's report on e-voting within 48 hours of conclusion of this meeting. The results of e-voting and the scrutinizer's report will be posted on the website of the company as well as on the websites of the stock exchanges on which the shares of the company are listed and the website of KFN. With your consent, I and other board members would like to now conclude this meeting. Thank you all.
With food.